Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Soulway Essence. I just wanted to mention uh, to those who have been visiting my channel, have been listening to my audio messages, I just wanted to inform that my channel name has changed from Soulful Bloom Sanctuary to Soulway Essence. Okay, the Soulway Essence, this is the current name of this channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for visiting my channel. Please do listen to the other audio messages which I have on my channel. Those are very important messages, especially for those of you who are on this healing journey or on the path to spiritual awakening, spiritual ascension, growth, transformation, whatever you want to call it. This channel content is going to help you, it's going to support you in that healing path. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to mention that my channel's name has changed. And yes, the previous posts on my channel have carried the old name on the thumbnails, because it's not possible to sit and now change the channel name on all the thumbnails. So those old posts on my channel do carry the previous name, but the recent posts carry the new name. Okay, so if anybody is um you know copying and pasting my content anywhere and they are uploading it on their channel, and if you feel that they are mixing and matching and whatever they do, if you see anybody doing that, please do report those channels. Okay, please do report those uh, profiles, because what they usually do is they block the actual owner of the content, the original owner of the content, and then they spread and distribute this con this plagiarized content, okay, from other channels. So if you come across any such channels that are using my content, please do report, and do let me know if that is happening. Okay, so having said that, let's dive into today's message. Today's audio message is going to be about the full moon in Taurus. And full moon, as we know, is about taking a pause, rejuvenating, resting, reflecting. Okay, so it's also about releasing, it's also about letting go, and it's also about uh, you know um, revisiting the patterns, or revisiting the thoughts process, revisiting our beliefs, and revisiting our fears, old fears and emotions again, so that we can process them, heal them, and move on from that, right? So this part 1 audio message is going to be about journal prompts. Okay, so I want you to sit down with a journal. If you don't have one, please do get one, because it's very, very helpful, especially if you are on the spiritual journey, if you're on the spiritual path. There are revelations received from time to time. You receive messages from the universe, from different high vibrational entities, or your own higher self is communicating to you, guiding you in different ways. And all of those revelations and messages will be lost if you don't write them down, because they are going to help you in your own journey in the future, in the near future, right? So it's very important to maintain a journal, especially with the dates mentioned, and whatever feelings that you feel throughout the day. Okay, and if there is any important significant emotion that is coming up on any particular day, on any particular month, where you are experiencing this internal turbulence or turmoil, you can also note that down. And then as you heal through it, as you come out of it, and then in the next cycle you look back, you will see that you have transformed, you have grown into a completely different person, right? So journals actually help in uh, you know looking at your own growth, looking at your own, um, what should I say, your own transformation process. So you are in charge of your own transformation process, right? You can actually see it and make changes and heal and, reflect on your own growth. So this audio message is basically going to be about what uh, you can journal about in this full moon in Taurus. Okay, so Taurus is all about building foundations. What do you value? What are your moral ethics? What are your moral codes? What is your principles? Okay, that you live by. What are the principles that you want to live by? And actually, are you living by those principles or not? Okay, so that's also something that you have to see and reflect and reevaluate. Am I actually living by the principles that I believe in, actually, in actual physical reality? Am I actually living by those principles? Am I sticking to those moral ethics and codes that I have set? The standards that you have set for yourself, are you actually living by that standard? And if you're also judging people by those standards, that also needs to be looked into. Okay, that you are judging people by a set of standards, but you yourself are not living up to those standards, then that is a contradiction. So don't become a contradiction. Make sure that you're aligned and in the middle, where you are balancing both, that you're not setting yourself up for, you know uh, I should not say embarrassment, but it's more like imbalance. You have to balance the polarities of the internal and the external, right? So make sure that you are centering and grounding yourself before you sit down for journaling. Okay, so do a light meditation for, let's say, 15 minutes. There are plenty of meditation music and guided meditation available on YouTube. So you can just play any one of those tracks, and you can do a short, very short mini meditation, and then you can sit down with your journal, okay, and start uh, reflecting. Go deep, because full moon is going to highlight all of those hidden parts of yourself, and that has actually been pushed into the shadows, right? But those parts of you are actually meant to be a part of you. So they are meant to be healed, they are meant to be transformed. They are not supposed to be left in the dark, right? So it's time to bring out those things which are rotting in the closet, in the dark closet, in the dark dingy closet. Bring those stuff out and start inspecting them one by one. Okay, so the questions you have to ask yourself in the full moon in Taurus is, what do you stand for? What are the values that you want, that you stand for, right? Define them clearly. Define them in your notebook, in your journal. Define them. What are the values that you stand for? What are those core sentimental values? Now let's come into a little more detail. What are those core sentimental values which are non-negotiable? Okay, and especially when it comes to you. Okay, and making that aware to people, the core sentimental values that you live by, but you have not verbally spoken to people about that. And then if anybody crosses your boundary and you get upset, no, that's not the way to um that's not how we deal with people. Okay, so you have to make your you have to set your standards, and you have to also make people aware about that. Let them know that you have certain core sentimental values. Okay, these are not problems, these are your values, your personal values, okay, of you as a person, right? And you have every right to have those personal values. But what is important is to make people aware, so that you don't get offended, and at the same time they also don't get surprised. Okay, so what are your personal ethics? What are those moral ethics that you live by? okay? And make sure that you are sticking to that. If you're not, then it's time to change that, right? It's time to actually live by what you believe, right? So yes, that's one thing. What are your principles in connection to all aspects of life? What are the principles that you want to live by when it comes to all aspects? For example, family, for example, home life, for example, romantic connections, for example, religious, religious principles, or principles connected to your work. What are the principles that you have with regards to all aspects of life? That is also something that you have to now sit and reevaluate, because a lot of energetic shifts are going to come up in the coming years and months, and things are going to be shifting and changing quite fast. So if you are not aware of your own self, if you don't know what you want and what you want to live by, what do you stand for, then you will be lost, and the people around you, or and everything around you will be in a chaos. So we don't want that, right? Next is, what do you consider as valuable? What are the things that you consider most valuable to your existence? Like, it's crucial to your existence. What are those things? Write them down. Okay, make a list of that. And also, what are the deal breakers? What are the deal breakers, or what are the things that cannot be negotiated, especially when it comes to connections, building relationships, or getting into contracts? What are the non-negotiables? What are the deal breakers? Write that down as well. Okay, so these are the questions that you have to ask in the full moon in Taurus. This actually looks or feels or sounds very mechanical or very robotic, but if you sit down to write, you will see there are tens and thousands of things that are coming up, which you never um, thought about, or never came to your mind, or you did not have the time or the space to actually sit down and reflect that these things actually matter to you. What matters to you the most is what is going to be highlighted in this full moon in Taurus, and what does not matter to you, what does not need your energy, what does not need your attention or focus, that needs to be released, that needs to go. Just cut your cords and cut all attachments to that. Okay, and you have to be very strong and ruthless when it comes to that. And at the same time, the things that you want the most in your life, you have to nurture. Taurus is the energy of nurturing, of giving. Okay, nurture those things in your life that actually matter the most to you. Okay, this is how you enhance the position of Venus in your chart. Okay, Venus is all about nurturing. Okay, self love. Okay, self compassion. Be gentle with yourself, and also be gentle with others around, because the full moon is a very heightened energetic uh space. Okay, and during this time everybody is triggered for some one thing or the other. So make sure that as you are being gentle to yourself, hold that same space for others around you, so that they get to express whatever they want to, and not be judged for that. Don't judge yourself and don't judge others. Hold that space for them as well, right? So this full moon in Taurus, you have to relax, root yourself, center and ground yourself, go out in nature. Taurus is also connected with nature. Go out in nature and ground yourself, walk barefoot, okay, in the grass, and just ground yourself. Okay, it really makes a lot of difference. If you have not done it, you will not know it. Once you do it, you will get to experience the effects of it. Okay, create that privacy, create that private space for yourself, so that you can sit down and reflect. Okay, as I've said previously, that the questions that you have to reflect upon, these are deep questions. This will bring out a lot of things that you have suppressed, or you have pushed it into the shadows. Those things needs to come out of the closet, and it's not going to happen in one day. So maybe you're starting today, and you will see that the actual root cause or the root emotion comes out the next day or the day after. Okay, that's how healing happens, right? So whenever that happens, do not ignore it. Okay, I don't have time now. Okay, I can't deal with this now. Even if you cannot face that emotion, or face that fear, or face that sudden trigger in that moment, you can do that later also, when all the work is done and all the responsibilities are taken care of. You can just create that half an hour or 1 hour space for yourself, where you can just sit down in peace, and create that privacy for yourself, because it's essential. You're doing this for your own health, for your spiritual health, for your mental health, right? It's very, very crucial. So don't ignore that or take that for granted, okay, at any moment. That's what these uh you know uh messages that I post, it's all about. Don't take yourself for granted, okay? Learn how to value yourself. That's what the energy of Taurus is. Learn how to value yourself, and also learn how to appreciate the things that matters to you the most, okay? So recreate and build that vision of yours, okay? So see, if all of us have a certain vision of what our life is going to look like, or also a vision of about how we want to show up in the world, right? That is also a different kind of vision. So find out what all in your present life, in this present moment, is aligned with that vision, okay? If there is anything present that is not aligned with that vision, or that goal you have, or the dream of you have, try to remove those distractions. And it does not matter, at the end of the day, you you're going to have to face yourself, okay? So it does not matter what other people have to say about it, what are the opinions of others about your life, about your dreams, or about your goals and targets. It really does not matter, because at the end of the day, it is you and you alone. You have to face yourself, and it is your life. So make sure that you're designing your life with the intentions, okay, the right intentions. It should not be that you're just letting things happen to you. You have to be in charge of your life, in charge of your situations, okay? You are the person in charge of your life. Your responsibilities are not in charge of your life. You are in charge of your life. So make sure that you are putting yourself first in that order, okay? Your health, your dreams, your goals, your visions, your uh, priorities has to come first in your life, and then accordingly you can rank the other obligations or liabilities or responsibilities, whatever it is that you have with respect to others. You can rank them in order, and you can execute accordingly, okay? up Now this is about your vision, okay? What matters to you the most? What do you desire to create and build in the world, okay? That is your vision, okay? So stick to your vision. No matter what you're doing in the present, make sure that you're working towards creating that vision, okay? And if there are things that are taking you away from that path, remove those things, because then those become distractions, right? And they will take you off your path. Remove those distractions, and make sure that you are uh, you know allowing only those things that actually help you on that path to rebuild that vision, okay? So find out what is not working, what rules that you have set in place for yourself, which is not serving you anymore. It's actually trapping you. If you have trapped yourself into something, if you feel boxed into a corner with your responsibilities and rules and regulations that you have placed, you're limiting yourself. You will not be able to expand yourself, you will not be able to grow and transform and change if you you know keep yourself attached to some set rules. Okay, energy keeps shifting, the world around us keeps shifting every single day, every single moment. Okay, so if you have set rules for yourself which you find are not serving you anymore, which means that those rules will not help you grow anymore. So sit down and reevaluate what are those different ways that you have limited yourselves, what are those different stories that you tell yourself which is actually limiting you. Those are ego, those are coming from your ego. Okay, and the ego always tries to keep us safe. Okay, the ego's job is to keep us safe. Okay, so while that is, well, that has its own purpose, but when it comes to actually pi- uh, picking ourselves up, gathering collecting ourselves, and moving forward, when you want to pick up that momentum, when things start feeling stagnant and stuck, that's when you need to change those rules, because those rules are clearly not working anymore, right? So yeah, that's one thing. And then what feels like uh exploitation. Okay, if your energy is getting exploited, if you feel that your boundaries are being crossed, you feel that you're not being heard, you're not being seen, you're not being recognized for what you do, what you give out, what you put out, whatever you're creating, if you're not feeling appreciated, that is also something that needs to be recognized and that needs to be accepted. Okay, that needs to be validate yourself first before going out there and seeking validation from others. It's important to sit down and validate yourself that yes, I do feel unappreciated here, I do feel that I don't feel wanted here, I do feel that I'm not being seen, I'm not being recognized, I'm not being heard. Whatever that emotion is, in whatever aspect of your life you're feeling, that it's time to sit down and reflect. Okay, next, once you do this, you start making the changes, take action on changing your reality. And how do you change your reality? Is by removing those things which are not aligned with your vision. What vision do you have of your life? What vision do you have? What goals do you have with respect to your relationships? What goals do you have with respect to your family, your home life? What goals do you have when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to your physical health? What vision do you have? Anything which is not aligned with that needs to go, and you have to be the one to make that change. Nobody can make that change for you. So it's no, there is no point in sitting stuck in one place and then going around blaming everyone, and Tom, Dick and Harry, everyone you're blaming. Nobody's responsible for your situation but you yourself. So it's imperative that you start taking charge of your life and not let life run you. You are running the show. Your life is being created by you. Your reality is being created by you. So don't let life run you. You have to run the show. You are in charge. So you have to be the center, and you have to prioritize yourself and make the changes accordingly. So once you start making the changes with regards to your life, you will see the shifts taking place around you. Everything around you is shifting. People around you are looking at you differently now. People around you will accordingly make changes to fit into your life. You don't force them to do anything. Let people be who they are, and you shift and transform according to your needs, according to your vision according to your journey, okay, whatever that journey is about. And accordingly you will see everything and everyone around you is shifting and changing in their own way, okay. And not necessarily that they are going to come and tell you that, oh, I have made these changes in my life because of you. I saw you change, I saw you do this, I saw you say that, I heard you say that, I heard you doing this. No, they are not going to come and tell you that, okay. So don't go out seeking approval or seeking recognition for that, okay, or seeking compliments for that. No, we are not here to sit and look out for compliments. If they feel guided to come and compliment you, they will do that, okay. Let that happen naturally, but we don't go out seeking validation. You have to validate yourself first, okay. And that can only happen when you have built that deep connection with yourself. And these kind of journaling questions are ways in which you can build that connection with yourself, okay. So know your worth, okay, and don't negotiate or bargain that with anyone. That's the strongest message of this full moon in Taurus. Know your worth and never negotiate that worth, no matter what, okay. Don't bargain and negotiate your self-worth, okay. Stand your ground, basically. That's all that is. So yeah, take action towards building a new foundation. Taurus is all about foundation, as I've said before. So take action towards building that new foundation. Now that you know what is not working for you anymore, now that you know what matters to you the most, you will start appreciating those things the most, okay. Value them and nurture them so that they can stay in your life, okay, because they do have a purpose, okay, right. So slow and steady building, slow and steady growing, okay. That's what Taurus is about. And advocate for yourself. Don't wait for others to come and you know tell you or do things for you. Advocate for yourself. Use your voice, because Taurus also rules the throat chakra. And this is especially true for many of us who are on the spiritual healing journey, on the journey of spiritual growth and transformation and spiritual ascension. We have been silenced for years on so many different, in so many different ways, and in different aspects of our life. We have been silenced by people, not only in this lifetime but in previous lifetimes as well. And that's why we have to break that cycle, we have to break that pattern that we have learned in some other lifetime, or maybe in our childhood, that we have to be okay and comfortable with being silenced, okay. So if you feel that you are being silenced and you are not being heard, your opinions are not being heard, if not appreciated, at least they should be heard, okay. That you have to express that yes, I'm not feeling heard. So change your relationship dynamics accordingly, okay, or workplace dynamics accordingly, okay. So as much as you're expecting that listening ear, you also have to lend that listening ear to others as well, okay. But in this full moon you have to balance. If you have been externalizing your focus too much, it's time to now internalize, okay. It's time to go inward. So full moon in Taurus is about inward introspection, okay. Reevaluating all of those values that are crucial for building this new foundation in the new cycle that will come up next, right. So this was your journal guide for full moon in Taurus. I hope this has helped you, and if this has helped you, please do share this message with others who can also be helped, okay, who will gain something from listening to this audio message. And yeah, please do hit the like button if this resonated with you, and I'll come back with other audio message, okay. Another audio message which is going to be a part 2 to this message, okay. So take care and bye bye.